And to appease them, Franklin Roosevelt in 1901 officially named the White House, officially named what we know now as the White House in 1901, showing that we have never been welcomed in a lot of places that we would think. So this is nothing new. Nothing new. So nuts are going around shooting innocent people at the Waffle House now? Can't even sit and eat a greasy waffle and whatever else they serve there. This nut goes in there and just starts shooting. Still isn't clear what his motive was. I was reading something that he was in contact with a place that fixes computers, and he was upset about that. Whatever. And he walks away unscathed, not a scratch on him. But why? My thing is, and I'm not going to give no long dissertation on this, because it's really nothing to talk about other than the solution. Why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? I'm going to say it again. All this stuff going on. Starbucks, not kicking the sisters out of a golf club, and many other restaurants. I just saw another restaurant the other day. They asked these gentlemen to leave. This is after Starbucks. That would be like going to a dog kennel and saying, all these dogs are in here barking, making a lot of noise. Going to a playground. All these children are out here playing, making a lot. That's what children do. That's what dogs do. I'm watching a dirty movie and they doing all kind of freaky things on there. That's what they do with movies like that. I'm saying that in conjunction with why are we surprised by the actions of these people? Why are we surprised? That would be like going to a dog kennel and saying, why are all these dogs barking here? That's what dogs do. Go to a swimming pool and everyone's swimming. That's what people do at swimming pools. And that's what these people do. The history is there. Get this book. The Hidden History of Washington, D.C. talks about how Washington, D.C. used to march and parade slaves right there by the White House and all those streets there leading to the White House, Pennsylvania Avenue and all that. They used to have slave markets right there in D.C. Used to participate in what we know is the Black Codes. Black people couldn't own property, couldn't testify in court, couldn't walk on the same side of the street as white people. You had to walk around with papers saying that you were free. It was called the Black Codes. Get hit up with astronomical fines for spitting on the sidewalk. The Black Codes. It's all in this book, The Hidden History of Washington, D.C., and how slaves built the White House. That's also in this book written by Charles Lucene. The Black History of the White House. Powerful book. Look at that. A child there entertaining another white child at an Easter egg hunt, because that's as close as we could get to the White House. And I just told you about the fiasco with Booker T. Washington. A hidden history that a lot of people don't know about. And that's how, after Franklin Roosevelt, who didn't like black people, but he invited Booker T. Washington there to talk some political talk. And that was in 1901. And he got so much flack for inviting a black person to the White House that it wasn't the White House, it was called the President's Residence. That October 17th, 1901, a day after Booker T. Washington was invited to the White House, I keep saying the White House, the President's House, October 17th, 1901, they changed the name to the White House to appease white people who were upset for our presence at the President's residence, and to appease them and let them know this house is for white people. It stands for white supremacy. Hence is how this building got its name, the White House. All in this book. All the proof is right there. We haven't been welcome. We're not welcome here. When are we going to wake up and realize who and what we're dealing with? This man walks away unscathed. The man has shot the black people there in at the Waffle House there in Tennessee, walks away unscathed, but a brother in New York selling loose cigarettes, he gets choked out. A child there in was it Milwaukee with Tamir Rice? A child, a 12-year-old child, not bothering anyone. Within 2 seconds of the cops coming there, which they never should have been called in the first place, he gets gunned down. A 12-year-old child. Trayvon Martin, another child killed by a child killer. He did not 1 day in prison. Where is George Zimmerman these days? Another child killer, Darren Wilson, kills a child in Missouri, Mike Brown. May he and all the other ones that I mentioned rest in peace. Where is he these days? Can anyone answer that for me? This is the Hour of Power with Brother Sharif dropping straight knowledge and truth unapologetically. Where is Darren Wilson these days? A child killer. Where is he? What is he doing? How is he taking care of himself and his family? Is he working behind some desk, still doing police work? Where is he? Where's George Zimmerman? A child killer. When are we going to wake up? It is so clear now what is going on and how they feel about us. It's so clear. Even the biggest Uncle Tom can't deny what's going on. It's undeniable. I seen in the news today, I was watching my favorite show, Undisputed, with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. I forgot to get the name of the person. This quarterback, he makes a statement in the locker room and said, white is always right. In front of a locker room full of black players. Now, how is he? I think he's up for the NFL draft. I have to get his name. Anyone out there who really follows sports, inbox me or send me a message. But he said white is always right. These people are making it known, making it public how they feel about us. You ever hear of Sigmund Freud? Anyone who's went to college, you've had to take Psychology 101. I had to take it several times and advanced courses because my degree is in counseling, in particularly substance abuse counseling, and I'm what you call a mobile therapist now. I go to people's homes, schools, daycares, wherever they need me to give people counseling and therapy. I just don't sit behind an office. You had to take Psychology 101. Sigmund Freud said something very profound. He is a psychotherapist, and he is the one that created the atmosphere of you having one-on-one counseling. That's what they call psychotherapy. He invented that. And he's like almost like the father of psychology, even though I don't agree with everything he said. But he said something very profound. He said it is impossible for a human being to suppress his inner beliefs, feelings, thoughts, ideologies, and emotions. I'm going to say it again. Sigmund Freud said it is impossible for the human being to suppress his inner feelings, emotions, beliefs, ideologies, and thoughts. He said, if you want to know all those things from a person, their inner thoughts, their inner beliefs, their feelings and emotions, he said, just get them to talking. He said, just get someone to talking. And pretty soon, they will reveal all their inner feelings and emotions. That's what's going on with white America today. They are revealing openly, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, they are revealing how they really feel about us. Because like Sigmund Freud said, it's almost impossible to suppress those feelings. He said it's got to come out. He said no one can suppress those feelings. He said, but just get them to talking. Like that football player I just told you about. I got to get his name. He said white is always right. And we sitting around acting surprised at the Waffle House shooting. May those victims rest in peace, and may God be with the families of those victims. What happened to the brothers at Starbucks And what happened to the sisters right here in Pennsylvania at the golf club was made to leave. And it's going to keep on happening. And it's been going on. This ain't nothing new. Have we forgotten Jim Crow? Have we forgotten 100 years of lynching from 1865 to 1965 and present day? Black men, women, and children being hung from trees for all to see. This is nothing new. Why are we surprised? No different than why would I be surprised if I go to a dog kennel and I hear dogs barking and carrying on? That's what dogs do. Go to a daycare and a bunch of children running around screaming and hollering and playing. That's what children do. Pigs rolling around in the mud. Oh, them pigs are nasty. That's what pigs do. And this is what these people do. Look at John 8:44 in the Bible. You Bible readers. What does it say? Has your pastor taught that verse to you? He was a murderer, a liar, and a deceiver in the beginning, and he'll be a murderer, liar, deceiver in the end. Ye, your father, is the devil. It says they. I wasn't all that great in school, even though I went to college and got my master's degree. I wasn't really that great in school. But I know they is a personal pronoun. Who's they? Look up that verse. And it talks about they were murderers and liars in the beginning. And they'll be murderers and liars in the end. Who's they? And it's in red, so that means Jesus said it. I didn't say it, he said it. Because when you look up that verse, depending what Bible you got, it's in red, meaning Jesus' words. And who was he dealing with at that time that he could have been referring to? The Roman Empire. And who are they? Who are Romans? So this is nothing new. But this talk is also about taking personal responsibility. While the war is raging and going on, the psychological warfare, the physical warfare. What I mean by that, the drugs being pumped in our community to get us hooked on drugs. So we would be drug addicts and then commit crimes. This has been going on. All you got to do is get the book Dark Alliance by a freelance reporter by the name of Gary Webb, who is a white man. He revealed this and got the documents to prove it, how they systematically bought drugs in South Central Los Angeles, hired Freeway Rick Ross, who I've actually met on 2-3 different occasions. They pumped drugs in the black community on purpose. Psychological warfare, the educational warfare, the miseducation of our children in the school system. While all this is bringing high-powered weapons, how are these young people getting all these high-powered weapons? So we are under attack from all angles. This isn't no secret. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just facts. We are under attack physically, our food, all these places, I can't even call it food. Because anytime food can look the same a month from now, talking about McDonald's fries, that can't be food. How can the fries look the same after a month and don't break down? All these angles they're attacking us from. While all that is going on, meanwhile, in the hood, or in black neighborhoods, we're shooting and killing each other, dropping each other off like flies. Just a good brother of mine, who I actually instrumental in helping him with his development of being a Muslim. I don't know if he still is, but he's a good friend of mine. Got shot in the head here the other day, and he's hanging on for dear life. My good brother, Walter Jenkins. I hope you make it, brother. We are praying for you. It was rumors that he wasn't with us no more, but now I hear he still is. But either way, you're my brother. Shot in the head, and then the same day an 18-year-old, in connection with that fiasco, lost his life. Once again, they create the atmosphere, bringing weapons, bringing drugs, high incarceration rate, high unemployment. They create the atmosphere, but no one can make you hate yourself and make you hate your brother. No one can make you do that.